What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today, oh, hold on, there we go. We're going to talk about this little guy, the Maxim Defense PDX. So this Maxim Defense originally started making some decent braces, some pretty high-end braces. Then they made a firearm kind of similar to this for a DoD contract. I don't believe they won that contract, but I bring it up because they made a few changes, including the caliber, and they released it to the civilian market, and we're lucky enough to have the PDX available to us. Before I get into the specifics, let me quickly do my disclosure. Yes, I do work in the firearms industry. Just so you know, do not have any connection to Maxim Defense in any way, shape, or form. I did meet the owner once at a trade show for about 30 seconds or so. Seems like a nice enough guy, but who knows. This little blaster was lent to me by my friend, Shizzle for Shizzle. She's a gangster. She has great taste in firearms. That's all you need to know. Last but certainly not least, I will leave some affiliate links down in the video description. If you're looking to pick one of these up, hopefully I can find you a good deal. Hook me up. Use those links. Thank you very much. Alright, getting right into it. These are available in the black color that you see here. They're also available in like a 50 Shades of FDE type color. It's kind of like a baby scar in a way is what it reminds me of. As far as caliber, they are available in 300 blackout, which is great if you want to suppress it. It's also available in 5.56. And this one is a 7.62 by 39, which is awesome because my friend Tizzle for Shizzle is a gangster, and she goes 7.62 by 39, which is tough right now because the price of 7.62 by 39 is probably going to skyrocket with Biden banning the import of Russian ammo. No bueno. Finally, it's available as an SBR, or most of these are an AR-15 pistol. Excuse me, I can't speak. Like I said, the braces they make are very good. They're solid. If you choose to use it as a brace or occasionally a shoulder it, like the ATF says is allowed, either way, it is a very nice brace. As you noticed, it is adjustable, so collapsible. Really small if you want to put it in like a bag or something, small case, whatever. And then finally on the back here, you do have a QD sling point, or a sling point if you want to add a sling to it, which you should on every defensive weapon. One of the reasons they're able to make it such a small package is the buffer system that they use. It's definitely a unique and proprietary system. I will show you the buffer and the BCG when we open it up, but it's definitely very unique, and that's what allows this to be such a small and compact system. I'll throw the dimensions up here so you can see them. I won't bore you with them and the weight. But before we continue, I do need to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is Blackout Coffee Company. So Blackout Coffee Company is located down in Florida. Everything is small batch roasted, super high quality, good people. They support the troops, and it is absolutely delicious. It's Sunday morning, and without this, words would not be coming out of my mouth. So there's a coupon code and a link down in the video description. If you want to check it out, hook me up, use that link. Moving right along here, even the small parts on this firearm are very high quality. Now what I mean, the charging handle, for example, is a Radian charging handle, which if you don't know, that is a very high quality, one of my favorite charging handles. The safety is an ambi safety, and that's also made by Radian. Again, very high quality. Your magazine release is ambi on both sides of the gun, so if you're shooting offhand or if you're a lefty, you are good to go. The only thing that's not ambi is the bolt release. That is the only thing on this gun that is not ambi. Speaking of nice features on this gun, let's talk about the trigger a little bit. The trigger is a very nice single stage trigger from ALG. If you don't know, ALG makes probably the nicest budget-friendly aftermarket trigger. They're very good, and they're a little bit less than some of the other triggers out there, so they are fantastic. But it's a very nice single stage trigger. There is pretty much zero take up. You are right on that wall, and then the reset is also extremely short. Sliding on up to the lower is very nice with a huge mag well. Really helps make those magazines insertions as easy as possible. It comes with one 20-round magazine. It is made here in the States. I just don't know who makes this magazine, but no, I did not have any issues or problems with it. The lower is also reinforced around all of the controls, so I'm sure that helps with a little extra pressure of the 7.62 by 39. I'm sure that doesn't hurt. As far as the upper is pretty standard. The three things I want to point out though on the upper, it has like a HK 416 profile, where if you look here, it's a little higher than most, which is great. on a really small gun. I don't want to have to get down really low because these guns are so small. So having that little extra height does make it a little more comfortable to shoot. For me, that's what I think anyway. It has a shell deflector if you care, and a forward assist again if you care. The grip that comes with it is a Reptilla grip, and it's a very vertical grip, which I like. Again, on these small guns, I don't want to grip with a very strong angle, excuse me. I want something more vertical up and down because you're sucked in so tight. So I like this grip from Reptilla, again made in the States, but if you don't like it, no big deal. You have a million choices, you can swap it out. Now, we're going to take this gun apart real quick. It's similar to an AR-15. The only thing that's different is the buffer system is different. The buffer is not locked into place. So as we open this, you kind of have to pull up a little bit and then pull forward. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this on camera, but I will try. Oh, come on. There we go. So we're going to pull both of our pins. Man, that was tough. And then we're going to pull up and forward on there. And you see how the buffer spring and then your buffer tube. I'll roll in a picture of it here, but it's definitely a little smaller. Now it is available in different weights. So if you're shooting different loads or suppressed or whatever, you have different options. Now, let's see here. The bolt itself is 9310 steel, which is great, very high quality. It is MPI tested or magnetic particle inspected to make sure it's high as possible quality. It is also nickel boron coated, which helps to limit wear and tear and increase durability. Now the bolt itself, the bolt carrier, excuse me, that's made from 8620 steel. It is chrome lined, but the unique part is, one, it's shortened. It's definitely shorter than a standard carrier. And again, I'll roll some pictures in here to show you what I mean. And then that buffer actually rides inside of the carrier, and that's the beautiful part about this buffer tube and recoil system. Putting the gun back together is very similar to an AR-15. It's just one little different step. We have the charging handle in already. We're going to put our bolt carrier in, and then I like to put the spring and the buffer in the upper, and then slide the spring, if I could get it in the hole, slide the spring into the tube and then lock it in place. It's not hard. Especially once you do it a few times. It takes a couple seconds, no big deal. Moving on up to the hand guard. The hand guard has M-lock at 3, 6, and 9. The lockup is extremely good between the bolt they have on here and how it integrates with the upper. It's just a super solid lockup. So if you are going to run any type of laser on here at all, you're not going to have any wiggle in movement. It's a very good unit for that. On both sides, you have steel reinforced QD points, which again is great. On most of the aluminum hand guards, eventually those wear away, and with the steel reinforcement, it should last for significant more time. The hand stop on the end is a very welcomed addition because the barrel under here is only 5.5 inches. And if you're shooting a gun with a little bit of recoil and a really short barrel, having that high quality M-lock hand stop on there is never a big thing. Like I mentioned, the barrel is only 5.5 inches, short barrel. It does also have an adjustable gas block under there if you need to adjust it for different loads you're shooting, or if you're running it suppressed or whatever. Speaking of running it suppressed, on their website I noticed it says if you run it suppressed, you void the manufacturer's warranty. I don't know if they're ever going to know, but I figured I'd mention it. But the cool thing about this brake, they call this the hate brake. And it does a great job breaking up the hate that you would receive from a 7.62 x 39 round with a 5.5 inch barrel. Not only does it kill a lot of the flash, it also kills a lot of the felt recoil. I thought the felt recoil on this small little gun was going to be a lot worse than it was, and it was very pleasant to shoot for such a small barrel. But the brake pushes a lot of those gases back, similar to a suppressor, very similar to a suppressor. So if you're running it suppressed, it should be the same exact reliability as the brake that's on here. I wasn't able to test that because we can't have suppressors in Rhode Island, but it is what it is. Let's move into my favorite part of the review. Let's talk about reliability and the testing that I have done on this firearm. So this firearm had to go back to Maxim Defense twice, unfortunately. It would not consistently feed rounds. It would not consistently extract the rounds. And my friend, the gangster, we will call her, we take a shooter's fitness class every week together. She brought it to the shooter's fitness class so I could take a look at it. We tried a few different types of ammo, and we could not get it to run reliably. So now it went back to Maxim twice. She got it back, and it seems to be good to go. It's unfortunate that happens, especially on a gun so expensive. These things are typically north of $2,000. Can be tough to quite quote gun prices right now in 2021, but typically you are going to spend over $2,000 for one of these. Even with those issues though, it doesn't really change my opinion on Maxim Defense. It was very unfortunate that she had to send it back twice. I think they should have figured it out and taken care of it the first time. So that was a little unfortunate, but everything I've read online, everything review I've watched on these, everything I've heard is that Maxim Defense very rarely has problems. Things happen in the manufacturing process. I'm not going to really hold it against them. I still think they make very durable and high quality firearms, but it's something I will keep in the back of my mind. So as far as specific testing that I did, I shot 4 different types of ammo. Because she had those problems, I didn't want to shoot 200 rounds of one ammo. I wanted to shoot, I think I shot a little over 200 of 4 different types of ammo. So we did that lacquer covered Red Army standard gross stuff, Tula, steel case, highest quality possible. We shot some Bellum ammo, and I shot some Federal white box stuff that I had laying around. I don't know what it was, but through all the 200 plus rounds I shot, we had 0 malfunctions. Every single round fired, ejected. The ejection pattern, if you look at the videos I'm sharing, was very, very consistent. I mean, the gun ran flawless. I had no issues whatsoever. I typically start with some 1-up drills just because it's a great way to get used to a firearm and finding that dot optic every single time. I did some reload drills, of course, because I love doing reload drills. After that, I did some shooting and moving and shooting. Excuse me, shot behind some barrels and barricades and just did typical range type drills. So based off of the knowledge I had on this firearm and the testing that I've done, I think the biggest pros, one, is got to be the size. We have to talk about how small and compact this firearm is. And if you're keeping it in a backpack or in a small safe, whatever, this is a tiny, tiny firearm that packs a ton of firepower. They did a great job with the buffer, making the buffer smaller, making the carrier smaller, and allowing you to fold this gun up or collapse this gun to a very, very small package. I know not everybody cares about aesthetics, but I think this is a very, very aesthetically pleasing gun. It is just really, really sharp looking gun. How well it shoots for a small gun, I was expecting this thing to bark and have killer recoil. 7.62 with a 5.5 inch barrel, but it is extremely pleasant to shoot. I found it very similar to 5.56. And I was very surprised with such a small barrel. As far as cons, I don't have any cons as far as features of this gun. There's not one feature I think I would change on here. I like every single thing on this gun. The only con is that, unfortunately, like I said, I did have to go back to Maxim twice, which is definitely unfortunate. But once again, I still think Maxim Defense makes some very, very high quality guns. Someone was having a bad day and made a mistake. Overall, I think this would be a great home defense weapon, absolutely, especially if it's a smaller area and you need a smaller firearm. This would be perfect for that, especially with the extra power of 7.62 by 39. You know, it's not a 1,000-yard cartridge, but up close, it definitely dispenses the hate. It could be great for a backpack gun. I'm not personally into backpack guns, but look how small and compact this thing is. Truck gun, range, any of those things. As long as you can still get affordable 7.62 by 39, this gun could fill all of those roles. If you got the 300 blackout version and you want to run something suppressed, something this small, suppress, that would be pretty dope. All right, before you go, don't go anywhere. I need to thank my friend. As we all know her now, she is the gangster. She is the Hello Kitty gangster. If you knew her, you'd understand. Corny jokes. I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Blackout Coffee. Again, link in the discount code is down in the video description. I want to thank the other companies who support me with affiliate links. I want to thank my Patreon supporters. They are the biggest They buy most of the ammo. They're my ammo suppliers. They buy the majority of the ammo on this channel, so that is greatly appreciated. If you want to know what reviews I'm working on right now in real time before they come out, consider following me on Instagram, Facebook. I was on TikTok, but I got banned, and Paulo. Those are the 3 social media channels I am on. More important than anything else, I want to thank you guys for watching. Every time you guys like a video, comment, subscribe, share, enable the bell notifications, any of those things, it truly helps me out, and I truly appreciate it. I mean that, not saying that sarcastically at all. Hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you later. Peace!